start. Let's see how that plays out.
Zero already getting the jump on Rez as he goes aggressive in towards Apps, getting shut down. Opening frag for the Hellraisers T-side as they make their way into the B-bomb site. It's only Forest here left alone to hold. Gets a nice headshot on Issa, looking for the second headshot on Dead Fox, and he will land it. And Zero now just moving very aggressive into the bench area, spotting out Forest, does take him down. Drakenima with a kill on Angel, leaves only 2 for the Hellraisers T-side. Bomb does get planted, so there is that much of a retake now for NiP. It's existing, get right, taking the advanced angle, Draken out towards short, trying to see if he can spot out Zero, does see him cross, and Roxic will get dinked down, 14 HP, Zero looking for a headshot. It's up to him now to ace clutch this round. 3 kills for him, 2 more in the bank if he can land it, but Draken's on a flank, Zero just getting the timing on through, does actually land the headshot, and the bomb is only get right with a defuse kit, no armor. This could be a very good headshot, and yes, he will find it. 5 kills, ace for Zero, great opening round for Hellraisers.
What a way to start an ace play from Zero. Could you ask for anything more from one man on your team? That is the pistol round for Hellraisers, and now they go forward for the second. But NiP, they're not going to back down or let them have it. No, they're going to start to spend the shotgun on Get Right. The P250s, the D-Hughes, all backed by Kevlar. Get Right is going to be fairly glass cannon in his approach. But play close ramp, see if you can catch them by surprise. That could be a fairly healthy play. But Hellraisers, a smart approach, backing down through mid. This is nice because it forces those pistols into such awkward engagements, and we can see that case value here. Just Angel ripping them to shreds, Dead Fox as well. Already starts to leave it all to those A-site players.
2 versus 4. Roxic does take Get Right out of the action, so SMGs will come into play, but Draken is still just as solid as ever, taking 2 more kills with the Deagle. So it's signs of a bit of a comeback there for NiP, but not to be there. 2 players staying alive. Rifles recovered. I think they did lose an AK or 2, but either way, they should be able to buy it down here. It does just do economical damage to Hellraisers. I don't think they're too fussed since the main bulk of what they lost was just that SMG investment. So, yeah, Rifles staying in play like Khalil, the AK. And now just the basic eco for NiP, 2 MAC-10s for Issa and Woxic to try to see if they can build some economy. They will stack in the B site, with Draken in particular going aggressive towards underpass, trying to set up a backstab, and he may be able to do so. All the footsteps are going to mark his approach, and he will get that first kill onto Angel as the T-side make their way through. They will get kills per piece, Dead Fox, Issa and Woxic, and eventually Draken will also fall. Just exist, last man left alive on the box, but also dead. 3-0, Hellraisers, easy clean conversions, and now out to the rifle.
This is what we came here to see. NiP on the buy, AWP, the arms of Draken. Let's just talk about his movement for a second and overall his prowess with the open map #1. He was phenomenal. So let's hope that in this 4th round that starts to shine. Right now, pretty much the only player getting it done for NiP as well. Picked up 5 kills. But I want to see more. 4 rifles, of course. Utility's okay. It's a bit of wash on some of these players, but at the end of the day, the CT side, they have enough. The idea seems to be to put a lot of their efforts over on towards an A site. They've of course got the duo of Draken and Get Right. Unfortunately, they're already being picked apart. Rez losing his life to Zero very early on by just a contact B peak.
Opening frag once again into the favour of the Hellraisers. As going forward into the hands of Zero. It's not a great start so far. To open up the B side defensively. They haven't actually got anyone here who is directly defending B. They've got 1 man in ladder room, 1 man who can rotate to short. But outside of that, very little defense here. It's mostly on the A side, which is perfect for NiP because that's exactly where Hellraisers are playing into. The bombs there exist, going to go aggressive, maybe able to spot Woxic. Indeed, he does. He drops the bomb. It's fallen into the hands of the site. It's now just down to the CT lockout to see if they can defend it. Angel does get a trade back, but Issa, they know where he is, and Get Right and Draken will lock down the kills. 3 versus 2. Dead Fox and Zero. Last 2 alive, but Zero will frag, taking down Draken, looking for Get Right, and he will find that kill as well. It's just down the forest. Last man in jungle, and Dead Fox will regain control of the situation, bring a 4th through the Hellraisers. But NiP, very, very good risky play, just about managing to get themselves a little bit of damage onto the T side.
Zero just doing wonders. A triple kill for him in the round, getting aggressive, curving those shots while moving as he just goes from Tetris back to jungle. You couldn't ask for any better of a start for Hellraisers. 4-0, tackling NiP on that first by getting the pistol as well. Led us to this point. Now going forward, looking like we're going to see an identical start, but with different teams. Get Right Trying to at least respond with a deagle to make that seem a little bit harder. Problem is, that's just one player. The rest of Hellraisers, they're all going out towards that B site. Woxic locked into short with his AWP. Scoped in looking for Forest, but won't quite find him just yet. Issa, I love the fact he's holding the flank though. Leaving Draken dead to right exist. Finding one, but Woxic starts to open up again. Get right, getting close. The Mac-10 could be punishing. Gotta bear in mind just how low these players are. Dead Fox 12 HP. Get right gets himself another. It's all on Dead Fox. So damn low. Get right pulls out the deagle. It's a 1 versus 1. Comes down to the peak, the timing. A minute on the clock. Dead Fox can be patient, clearing things out, aware that he could be pushed. Just gonna hold the angle, and this could work out so perfectly. Get right. Not gonna face into him. If anything, we'll just hold from short. Pushing up now, deagle in hand. Ready to take that one shot. Spots him, knows his position. 45 seconds. Still trying to chase him down. Lines up the shot, can't afford to whiff. He'll land it. He'll steal the AK. And then NiP, they steal their first round. And an AWP on top.
Huge from Get Right. Mac-10 in play. Money in the bank. And also a round for NiP. You couldn't ask for more from him. Given the situation that NiP were in, the AWP, of course, recovered and out towards Draken. Playing like a monster on train. Let's see if he can do the same right here in the entry to the middle area. Trying to spot out. Dead Fox doesn't quite find him there, but Woxicles with the AWP in apps could take down Rez. The Molotov will push him closer and closer. Try and force the issue away, put into a position where he won't be having a lot of cover. But yeah, just tag damage coming in for NiP. No real opening frag, no real trade for either side. And as you can see, that the issue that Hellraisers now have is that that round in particular has broken their economy quite significantly. Only Angel with a UMP. Pretty dire situation for Hellraisers. Can't afford to lose this next round, otherwise they will get reset. And NiP looking likely to take themselves up 4-4. Let's see if Woxic can get an opening frag. Flashbangs come on through, does blind the Exist and his player get right in the connector area, but Exist does get the opening frag. That's 0 going falling, 5 on 4, and Forest looks to lock out another kill.
Repeak after repeak, frag after frag. Woxic across there, paint on his back by Get Right, who will get aggressive for that kill. Pulled back by his team, placed on a leash. NiP do not want to over-aggress here. It's so important they don't. They've done that in the past, and that's when they gave away frags to this T side. Now, being much smarter, just going to sit back and allow Hellraisers to make a move. Because when they do, that's when they'll strike. In other words, the trap is set. Your move, Hellraisers. Your move.
5 on 3. 30 seconds to play with. And Angel will get the opener onto Draken, so pretty crucial kill to take down one of the high HP players on the AWP. He's starting to play this one carefully. Forest is close range here in the ladder, and Issa will be able to deal with him. Entering on through is now Rez, trying to spray it, taking down Issa. Yes, he does, and spots the 2 other players. Lines him up, but is unable to get the kill. Woxic with a quick scope will shut him down. Open up the B site, get the bomb down just in the nick of time. It's now down to Exist and Get Right as the last 2 left alive for NiP. One coming in from CT, one coming in from short, but CT will get dealt with as Get Right falls. Exist last man, and Woxic will take himself a double with the AWP. Nice AWP play from Draken, but vice versa for Woxic as he claims Hellraisers 5, and NiP get down a reset.
That is brutal. So brutal. A real heartfelt moment for NiP. Now they have to try and pull something together that is so rough around the edges. A UMP rifle, supported by pistols. A dodgy concert that you'd have to be paid to go to.
More spy on the CT side. M4's UMPs coming out from NiP. And a few pistols sprinkled in there as well, but outside of that, very little. Once again here, Hellraisers have reset them, so just this force by. They'll try to see if they can pick around together, but unlikely to say the least. This T side are pretty decently set up with their AKs. A Galil and Issa sure, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. The AWP, of course, for Woxic, who has been playing pretty damn decently with it. Not top fragging, but still getting some very nice AWP entries and defensives. The T side do have control of the site. B looks to be the hit. Rez, the only man here to defend it, sees it in his hand, and flashbangs will come through, won't blind him. It will be Issa to take him out. Rez almost got Woxic to 3 HP, but and no cigar here for NiP. Bomb will go down. 5 on 4 situation. Retake for NiP. Do they save the M4 or do they not? It looks like they'll wrap their way in towards a retake here. Most CTs going into Connector 1, going in towards Underpass, but Hellraisers have control of the site. Don't think they'll really let go of it here.
Things now get a little complicated as Angel head going to be spotted. Exist able to take it down. Bomb still ticking. Draken going to be getting close. Punishes Woxic. Issa still on the site, most importantly. His teammate brought off towards short. All on him now. That Galil, savior of the round, tapping away, struggling, but pulls through. Draken next in line. And there you have it. Issa making it work. Hellraisers 6-1. What a start from them. Absolutely perfect.
I think that's pretty much the way to describe it. You know, perfect from them. Lose a round, sure, got stolen away by NiP. The 1vx clutch from the likes of Get Right, but just from that, they reset them, come back into it, put rifle after rifle on the board, and NiP only able to save an AK from that last round. It's now down to 2 rounds of lost bonus. 6-1 scoreline. Hellraisers. This is looking pretty similar to Train right now, but in this case, they're the ones who are on top. NiP have an AK to work with on Exist. He will push aggressive in ramps, not ramps, Palace. Alongside Get Right, hopefully to get a trade in case he does go down. Meanwhile, Rez in mid, spawning out Dead Fox, looking for that kill, trying to get Woxic, almost stand that headshot, but aim punch does hurt him. That's the Angel now to make it the entry into the A side, get a trade right back, and Zero just left to clean up mid control, taking down one, leaving Draken alone. Exist does get a trade back with that AK, but falls back into the A site meanwhile. Hellraisers still in a 3-on-2 situation. If they catch up Exist, then this round will all be over for NiP. Not really much that they could have held. Mostly down to that AK to get some damage, maybe play anchor around it, but 1 versus 3 now for Draken. No armor, no utility. Bomb will go down on A site. Should be a 7th for Hellraisers, pretty easy.
Starting to get a little concerned this game. Much like the previous, but it's going to a very different direction than what I expected. Hellraisers actually looking very strong on their T side. Much like first series. Even then, though, even in that first series, we did see 6 rounds, 5 rounds for NiP to work with. There's something. But it's looking like that even might be too big of an ask. Woxic already taking that aggressive contact towards that site. Dead Fox taking down Draken, Forest and Rez both to get themselves kills, but again, it's the trade, makes it 2 for 2. The B side basically taken. Molly's going to start to burn down Market. Forest peeking short, but surviving just by the timing of Visser alone. But the repeat comes through. He'll lose his head. Exist able to trade, but once again, Hellraiser's feeling in control. Get Right. Bring a wrench in the works. He takes down Zero. Exist. Got us his number.
Nice retake from NiP. That will be their second on the board. The fuse kit not needed, of course. Exist has plenty of time. The AWP and the AK recovered, of course. NiP suffering quite a lot of damage, but that fallback does come into fruition. Just denying Hellraisers their half victory before they get their 7 on the board for the T side. But still a very good start from Hellraisers, and NiP are still yet to connect rounds together. The only 2 rounds that they've gotten have been a couple of rifles and a bit of an... Actually, no, 1 rifle and 1 force buy that they managed to steal away, so... Need to find this next round to try building some decent standing. And, this is a good round to do it as well. Hellraisers are buying pretty hard into this one. 3 AKs, the 4th will come out from Dead Fox, but they have got Angel and a CZ and armor. Relatively limited utility as well for the T, so they have to be careful about this. And Draken is trying to take advantage of that. Gets a nice flick onto Woxic, landing his AWP shot, opening the round for NiP, and flashbangs will come over very, very quickly. Hellraisers will get caught off guard by the likes of Exist, taking down Isan, spraying his way on towards Dead Fox. 2 versus 4, 1 versus 4. Get Right locks out the triple. It will be a 3rd for NiP.
This is their way back in. This is how they get to that 6 I was talking about. Hellraisers, bear in mind, with very little to spend, will be pitched to a save in this 11th round. Meaning round number 12 should be so simple. HR Anki on the AWP buy in that 12th round. Still expecting HR just to run away with this half at this point. It's been so strong from them. But the resurgence from NiP looking good at least. This damage is done down mid. Damage being pulled through by the pistols. However, Issa and Woxic both combining. but surely this round is done, especially with a frag grenade like that. This is going to push on up, and a second frag grenade to finish them off.
Nicely done from NiP. That was the 2 rounds that they needed to keep this whole thing together. 3 in a row so far for the CTs. They have to go up against one more buy here from Hellraisers. Will be kind of hard. 2 Galils out, 2 AKs. 1 AWP, of course, from Roxic. But limited utility as well. Not the best of rounds from Hellraisers, but they will try buy into it. These Galils can do some damage. More importantly, they've got Kevlar helmets on every single player from Hellraisers. There are 2 AKs for NiP to work with, and they'll put 1 on either side. So they can deal with this. They can negate this damage. They can shut down Hellraisers very quickly indeed if they can tap those heads and spray on through. So far, it will just be default coming in from both sides. Draken in particular looking down mid, trying to find that gap in the smoke shot, but and not really anything else here. NiP getting a little bit aggressive, but so far the first minute will tick and no real frag, no real pick will come through for either side. Draken will back off and allow the rest of his CTs to hold down the angles, and Hellraisers will go for mid control. Minutes still left to go on the clock. They've got options to work with. They're running out of time.
A minute is a whole lot of time, though. You have to be fair to them. Just means they have to start to push towards a site of some form. Angel making it a little easier as he does take down Forest. Opening up an opportunity towards that B site. They continue to group up towards short, taking the contact res. Seemingly aware of what's going on, spots 3 players, the trade. Looking so likely, Draken. It's all combining up Draken. Still hungry for more, but Dead Fox ripping his head right off Hellraisers. There's your 8th, and that's why I thought the buy would go the way it would. Take a glance at NiP, and at least you've got one thing going for them. The few players really are the secret silent investors of NiP. They can drop some guns over, they can make something out of this 13th round.
8-4. Hellraisers taking themselves the half advantage now. It's a very good way to close things out. At the very least, an 87 isn't going to be that bad of a T-side, so Hellraisers doing pretty decently. Up to NiP now, AWP and forced by backing in with the M4s. Look at Exist, he's going so aggressive, lines up the spray on 2, but only takes down Woxic, but Dead Fox is still on 2 HP. Can he find his frag? No. Angel is there to back him up, but going untraded against the NiP, and Dead Fox, a flashbang at this point would kill him. Not looking very good at all. Draculus with a quick scope onto Angel, taking down the underpass mid-control. 3 versus 5 ensues. NiP looking at so good at the moment in time. They could reset Hellraisers right here. That's 8-7 scoreline is looking very likely now for the CT side. Still got a minute left to go though. Hellraisers still got a ton to play with. They've still got options at the helm. Bomb's making its way into the apps position, led by 0. But of course, Dead Fox and 2 HP. That's the main linchpin. That's the main point of weakness for Hellraisers, and I think that may end up costing them, especially if they drop that bomb late. It's going to be a disaster for the T side.
"35 seconds rolling up now. Hellraisers got to go fast." That compact T side that I've enjoyed watching. They're looking a little bit messy here. They push out and they just don't even check their corners. Res good for 2. Forest to finish it off with a 3rd. There's NiP's 5th, and they keep it close. Bear in mind, we talked about that 9-6. That's looking very doable right now. NiP, their opposition is going to be flat Glocks. There's no way Hellraisers really want to do too much here. Likely will drop some pistols maybe from 0. That'll be about it. So that should be NiP's 6th, and from there, Hellraisers 1 final buy. Sure, it predicts them to take it to 9, but hey, there's many different ways it could go.
Hellraisers for this round, though, shouldn't be doing too much in terms of damage. Already Angel will fall to the hands of Draken. No armor left for the T side. 2 Deagles, P250 and a Glock, and that is all she wrote for Hellraisers. They're taking mid-control, bomb making its way up, but the CT, they've got this unlocked. Get Right in particular, pushing up to the connector position. They have tagged Draken at 17, so there's that much going forward, but he's holding passive now, and Get Right will try and mop up the pieces in mid, taking himself 2 kills. That's money in the bank, and Forest and Exist will be able to lock out the rest. Relatively easy here. NiP up to 6, as you said, but yeah, Hellraisers 1 last buy here. Round 15. It is not looking like the best situation in the world. They will be limited on utility at the very least. Galil out for Angel as well. Eastern Dead Fox also questionable on the buy. No warp, of course. Look a little bit of UMP. Only 2 AKs for Hellraisers to work with, but 4 rifles overall. Let's see if the T-side can turn this into a 9-6.
It's already positioned with Zero to go through on towards that B site. Rez completely blind. The push leading further towards that site now, ready to basically wrap around those pillars. Contact being made by the AWP. Draken still unable to field a shot out just yet though. That's problematic. Hellraisers standing with 5 players. Really want to start working at them. Get right at least doing 1, but still you're waiting and the trades are just coming right back at you. It gets worse and worse. NiP down to 3. Forest peeking out into 0. That's another player lost. Woxic as well. Draken and Get Right all on them, and Woxic is just going to hold the angle. Draken basically next in line on the chopping block. The execution has arrived, and Hellraisers and the living embodiment.
Triple kill for Woxic. Well played from him. Been most impactful player for Hellraisers. Not by a long shot. Of course, we have got the likes of Zero and Issa, who are currently the top fraggers. Hellraisers have been doing pretty damn good. I think it was a very good T-side out of them. So let's see if CT can go just as well. CZ on 0. NiP taking 6 rounds on their T-side. 1 pistol will be all they need to even up the scoreline now. As we'll see the pistol buy come into play with double utility here for NiP. Single flash smoke and HE grenade for both Exist and Get Right. This looks like it will be an A execution. This is common here with the 2 smokes that can smoke off connect to jungle stairs or CT. 2 of those 3. And it's very quickly in towards this one. Draken will be playing entry frag alongside the likes of Forest, but look at how Angel very close right here. Takes down Forest, looking for Exist. Can't quite get the frag. They challenge Issa, able to lock out that kill, and Reds from the backstep takes 1 more as Get Right gets Angel to the 3 versus 3. Issa will eventually fall to Draken. Bomb allowed to get planted. 2 players, Dead Fox and Zero, up for a retake for Hellraisers.
Draken pushing up into CT, the smart play. Rez, withdraw towards ramp, buddy. Allow your team to basically swing the map control over. Almost like a perfect line. Draken right through to A Palace. Ramp being the silent peak. Force them to push on up. That's easy doing work, but they won't expect Get Right to be that second player, especially with his lack of peak. It means he can slip out, find the frag. Leaving Zero all alone. The frag grenade going to run deep on towards that bomb. Puts him just so damn low. 9 HP. Get Right can spam on away to finish him off. Perfectly played. A triple kill from Get Right. 7 to 9.
And that is the pistol that NiP need to even the scoreline against Hellraisers. 2 conversions after this and they would have done it. And suddenly this T-side starts to look scary. 2 very strong T-sides could be the end of it. It just comes down to whose CT was better. NiP holding a pretty decent CT side. Hellraisers still early days, so we'll see if they can defend against a bit more than 9 rounds. NiP in with their triple UMP setup alongside 2 AKs, of course, firepower for Draken and Reds. Forest Exist and Get Right looking to do some economy building today, and this is the perfect round to do it as well because Hellraisers haven't force bought. They're going in with pistols, no armor. Just looking for a more defined buy when that rifle round does come into play over that, or a bit more of a stronger force buy in the next round. We'll see what they decide to do. They have got a minute left on the clock. NiP playing a default to ensure the Hellraisers don't catch them off guard. They are expecting the force buy since that is what most teams do at this point in time. But Exist will get the opener onto Issa. Connected control gathered. T-side making their way in towards the A side. Relatively simple round here for NiP.
Woxic aware of Forest position now. Can't really afford to fight chair though when you're on just that pistol. Dead tries to take it towards that connector exit. And that's where he'll get chewed on up by a UMP. Not ideal, but at the end of the day, NiP are out here to make some money and close out the round cleanly. So far, looking pretty on track to make that a reality. Already, of course, what, 1.2k given to Exist?
Hellraiser's just holding back for exits. Dead Fox close range, Zero also locking out the crossfire in the murder hole, but they're all coming in from CT, so not going to get pretty. More money in the bank for Get Right. Forrest looking for his kill in the round. 11 HP to do so, but just getting those upgraded pistols, just running away with it, the T-side. Trying to stay alive against The bomb explosion more than anything else is a bigger threat than Zero at the moment. And indeed they will. All 5 players staying alive. Zero not going to find that exit frag. deadfox not getting a kill of his own right. So 8-9 NiP. Probably up against another eco from Hellraisers. Not quite enough money to force buy down, although if they did, it could catch them off guard. A couple of upgrades here. P250s that CZ saved. And 2 frag grenades for ESA and Angel. 4 P250s overall for Hellraisers, but nothing that NiP can't deal with. They've still got the 2 AKs. They've still got the 3 UMPs. They've built the economy. They're saving the guns. They're getting as much value out of these weapons as they can. And of course, money going to the favour of the UMP kills means that NiP just building bank at this point in time should be a 9-9. It should be relatively easy. T-side, great start from NiP, but mostly focusing on that rifle round. See what Hellraisers can do at that point in the matchup.
NiP starting to work out various portions of the map. Some nice nades into connector, but only get a scrape at Forest. Still, such a big advantage here for them, just weaponry alone. Gale's tipping pretty heavily in favour of the Swedes right now. Disappointingly so, because Mirage looks like a much more comfortable battle for Hellraisers. I'm excited to see them when they can get into this buy. But for now, it will still be a full house for NiP. Raise after raise, these pistols trying so desperately to get some damage in. But it's just not going to happen. Resin exists, the only casualties. And even then, money to be made, rifles to be kept. NiP 9-9. So far, so good.
Decent damage coming in from Hellraisers in that last round, though. Picking off a few players. I don't think NiP are too stressed about it. Those AKs stayed in play. And the UMP out for Get Right. Just, to do a little bit more economy building. Try to get as much value out of those weapons as they can. So, of course, the 4 rifles here to play. NiP shouldn't have too many troubles dealing with this rifle round. But then again, Hellraisers do have the AWP in play. NiP going in for a very quick A hit. Smoke out, and they will just push in very, very quickly. And the first frag goes to the favour of Rez. Easter can't actually lock out that kill. Draken, meanwhile, in underpass, might get the backstab shot in towards connector. deadfox, and actually there's 3 players holding it. Angel will get a double, but exists. Comes right back on through. Get Right spraying, trying to find deadfox. Taps his way to victory, and Draken cleans up Woxic, leaving Zero alone. 1 versus 3, coming in from CT, a 1-on-3 clutch. 16 HP already, challenging. I can't quite get the kill onto Exist. Get Right low, but no cigar here for the lone CT player. Will flashbang his way out to the corner, but Exist knows what to do. Just spray manically. Get a 10th for NiP in those AKs. Do more than the damage. AWP recovered as well, which means that they don't have to invest in that gun in the next round. Means that NiP are pretty decently set for yet an 11th.
So unfortunate for Hellraisers right now, but it's just not been the T-side start. They were expecting NiP to have the pistol backed by the first buy. Now some hungry SMGs going in for just another feast. Rez taking the head of Issa. Draken getting himself that longer range shot. Forest doing even more. Rez just taking an escapade out on towards the A side at this point. No worry in the world, no fear at all. Get Right to finish it all off. Ninjas in pajamas, 11-9. Hellraisers already getting to that point. Almost do or die. They drop this buy here. NiP could move to 12, even 13-9. And things start to get real tough, real quick.
Now, yet to score the CT side. Hellraisers on max loss bonus, so this is the opportunity to maybe shut this whole thing down. But even then, that puts them into their own level of risk, which we will get into if we reach that point. But for now, NiP playing the default, this time more B-Center as the bomb makes its way into apps, and 2 players, of course, taking mid-control. Resin Exist. Forest will lead the charge. Spine Zero sprays away and takes him down. 1 more player to find, but Exist has got that covered on the backstab straight through the smoke. deadfox isn't looking, and he gets taken down. Draken also chiming in onto Angel. This has just been an absolute disaster for Hellraisers. A 2-on-5 now for Woxic and Issa, both in the A site, both out towards Palace. Save out. Yeah, and we're looking like 12-9, maybe 13-9 to NiP.
All things considered, it's looking pretty tragic. Hellraisers, come on. I see Sword real hard. I was all for NiP in map number 1, but Hellraisers, when you see how they started this game off, just in general, kind of like 7-8 to 1 scoreline, You can't help but get excited for them and think, alright, this is Hellraiser's time. We're going to have that second map. We're going to be going the full 3. But now, just again, you suddenly have doubts and everything. Really isn't ideal, but that's just looking at this game at face value. 12-9. Hellraisers struggled to play a defensive CT side. Haven't seen really much of that aggression from them. They have peaked a lot, but nothing really in the form of them actually pushing up through B apps or really trying to force a ramp control. Maybe some aggression up through mid. Just to try and counteract the freedom that NiP have. Forest, it's going to be a good flash straight into underpass. Angel at some serious risk right now. Peeks out, but the CZ does enough.
Opening frag for Hellraisers, the way they need is to go now. 2 AKs to work with against NiPs. Need to make sure they can just hold their own and get right. We'll get the trade right back, but there's Voxic coming right back again. 1 AK dropped, 1 more can get picked up. Actually 2 more if the CTs want to wrap in, but NiP are playing a little bit more passive this time. A lot of mid-control gained, and interconnected they will go. Get right, of course, in ramp, but look at Angel. A very, very good angle here to shot off Draken. Flashbangs out, keeps him blind. Woxic desperately looking for this frag, trying to land the headshot, and indeed he does. 2 versus 4 now, 1 versus 4. It's all exist to clutch it out for NiP. Will spray on towards 2, looking for the 3rd man, but he can't finish the job. 0 will get the spray. Get a nice eco for Hellraisers, 10-12. But we do enter reset territory here for the CT side. Lost bonus down to 0. NiP have another buyback. They built the economy very well in the opening part of this half. 12-10, still to the favour of the T side. Early into the default. Hellraisers looking for whatever lockout they can find. Still a minute left to go here. Still time for NiP to wrap things up. Draken, of course, looking into the apps area. Roxic will land the first kill. That's Exist, going to go falling.
Pushing up now. Slowly but surely. Showing us the signs that a B site hit is going to take place. 0 has to step up, going for the headshot, but misses. Forest giving him a 2nd, 3rd, 4th chance, but Forest still delivers with the kill. Deadfox next in line. As it all begins to crumble, Hellraisers under pressure, pushed up by Rez. Woxic holding the angle, but misses his shot. That's when Rez will strike. And that's ultimately when Hellraisers fall to 1,000 pieces. 13-10. Very little in the bank. You got 0 and Woxic carrying the team single-handedly for a financial side. It'll just be them with any weapons too. Pistols on everyone else. A USP on Deadfox. Does get a CZ. That's about it.
Forced buyout. Hellraiser's last opportunity to make something of the CT side. Woxic will strike first, taking out Forest from the server. Look at Woxic close range here. No scope on Exist. Will he get the next one on to forget right? That got very close. But either way, a double kill for Woxic on the AWP. He will fall to a 4-on-3, buying Hellraisers the advantage. Just needs to make sure NiP that those AKs don't fall to the hands of the CTs, and they should be able to recover. But Woxic, 2 very nice kills with the AWP, 2 very nice entries with the AWP. NiP still suffering by a man disadvantage, and Hellraisers got these CZs to try and recover the situation. 0 trying to shoulder peek it. Get right, will get the kill before getting dinged down, but meanwhile, Draken will fall. 60 seconds left. NiP still in a 2 versus 3, and Get right. He's only got 24 HP left.
Long grind back. It all starts at short. Deadfox isolating Get right, leaving just Rez. Perhaps the better use of isolating his res himself. He's just all alone. Faces out, goes for the spray transfer, but 32 HP is not quite enough. Yes, sir, standing proud. 13-11. The dream's still alive for Hellraisers. It's not over yet.
Very shaky eco that one was though. Oh, very eco force buy. Sorry, very shaky force buy there for Hellraisers. 2 rifles, but all down to Woxic that mainly got them that head start they needed above NiP. NiP still have a buy in this own right, but look at this, very, very aggressive mid control being taken by Rez, just rushing it down. Woxic will get the opener and Issa close range on Forest, shuts down Palace control. Angel getting Rez and Get Right will try and back, but it's still a 4 versus 2. Bomb sort of make his way on towards the site as Get Right doubles down. 3 players left for Hellraisers. Quick rotations coming in, and Dead Fox in Connector 0 gonna go ahead and join him. Counter smokes down. Draken looking for a pick. A 2 versus 2 situation for the NiPT side. We'll go aggressive in towards stairs, but get dealt with by Dead Fox as the bomb gets planted. Get Right will get spotted, and Woxic will make the retake. Very successful for Hellraisers. A 12th on the CT board.
Keeping it close now, 1 becoming the difference. NiP still with a lot of money though. Be just another full buy from them. It's almost a closing point in this second map now. Round 26. Draken on the AWP, 4 rifles, same old for NiP, but the real distinguishing factor of this 26 round will be how NiP choose to play it. Draken are going to be going for the high flash mid, and from there, likely going to take the peek, dropping the bomb. Top mid smoke out, may have just spotted top of Woxic there. Especially after the shots fired, now he knows that the fight is being taken in mid. Angel flashing nice and high over bricks. Does give a chance for his team to push up through short. Push back the opposition of NiP. But they've opted not to. They've conceded mid-control. NiP now have to do something with it though. Once you've got a part of the map, that's all well and good, but right now you're just 3 players standing by window, waiting for something to happen.
Double AWP in play. They do push Angel out in the open. Rez can capitalize on this if he spots him. Angel does get a kill though, and Rez peeks out wide, takes 2 down. Dead Fox does get a quick AWP shot on Get Right, and Issa looking to follow up on Rez. Doesn't expect him to be so close range on the site. Once again, the man advantage tips back to the favor of Hellraisers. 50 seconds left on the clock for NiP to make this work. Dead Fox spots that exists, shuts him down. It's now down to Draken. Big boss man on train, a little bit silent this match, but a 1 versus 3 clutch to try and come alive here for NiP. Peeks on the cross looking for Woxic. Meanwhile, Dead Fox with the AWP here in CT stairs pushes on out. Woxic from the other side of connector spots out his teammate. Dead Fox getting super close range, spots him in firebox, sees it out, sprays on through, gets the kill, and gets the 13th for the Hellraisers side. They even up against NiP, and NiP still got money to buy back here, but this economy is getting whittled down efficiently by the CTs.
Yeah, we're already kind of at that point now where NiP, once they buy back in, we'll have really not much left. We could actually see an eco here, which for Hellraisers is a significant win, bear in mind. As they'll be on 14 if they take the round. That's a given when we're talking about NiP not having much. Then there's a chance at a 15th as well, because NiP may not be able to spend. A real interesting point, but we'll see how it plays out. Flash is going to be throwing smoke to block off Palace. NiP going for that A execute in full force flashes, leaving them completely blind, rendered useless as they come flying out through ramp. Get Right, getting close to bench. Angel wanting to punish him and rips him through the smoke. Not going to go on through, but Woxic with the tag onto Rez, 16 HP. But he's going to get the plant. Oh, Woxic finishing him off. Draken spotting out Woxic though, knows where he is, trying to punish stairs, but through connector. Dead Fox again. Another shot through the smoke. Hellraisers. Criminal in nature. Kill after kill exists. Last man standing. A 1 versus 5. Kill number 1 comes through, but there's no chance in hell that NiP will take this round.
And Hellraisers with that will take the lead right back. Blind shots through smoke, small gaps being exploited. Hellraisers, great picks in a 1 versus 4. Nothing exists could have done, and a pause will come through. I can't tell for certain, but I imagine this must be a tactical for NiP. Just to stop. Yeah, it is a tactical. Just to stop, just to think, just to take a look at the situation. They've got enough money to buy down here. Forest will have some troubles, but Rez can
only
buy...
just, though.
Yeah, only
thing,
just.
right?
That's the thing.
It's like, you've got Forest who basically, buys up in full. He'll drop the AWP to Draken. Draken doesn't really have too much he can do in terms of returning the favor. Exist should be able to drop the rifle over, so they might be able to just make it work. But it's going to be pretty much that jumble buy, and the thing for me that I watch is basically how the utility plays out now. Because when I was looking at the buy in the previous round, that's what was screaming to me then was, okay, well, the utility is going to be so rough. Thankfully, they get the plant, which is a huge, huge help going forward. I mean, this buy would not happen without that plant. And that's something that's really worth stressing. But even then, going to be talking things out. Unpause going to be called. Hellraiser's using this chance as well, just to come up with a few different ideas. How they can go the full distance. Get the 6 rounds back-to-back needed. To close this out 16-13.
They only need 2 rounds. NiP are set up for max loss bonus after this one if they do lose it. You can imagine they don't want to. Full buying into this one, a single AWP for Draken. 4 AKs, of course, to back it all up. Slightly limited on the utility, but regardless, still, T-side have a way to make this stuck still. They've got mid control, bomb not committing, but underpass and top mid. Haven't got to get control of sniper. This is only Angel holding from Nadarin, but Forest could get caught off guard. Never mind. Peeks in, shuts him down. Great opener for NiP. 5-on-4 situation as the T's wrap their way into the south. Forest with a backstab on 0 does take him down, and his dead Fox falls. Woxic next up to the chopping block, and he gets shut down. Triple kill for Forest, leaving it all up to Issa. He's already saving. NiP have a sight. They have a 14th. They have an equalizer in Mirage.
And it all comes down to one man. You gotta give so much props to Forest. Getting into the backline like that, playing around market, a triple kill. Get right in Issa. Both gonna clash. Exist. Falling. But a happy trade for NiP as it is still 14-14. Hellraisers gonna scrabble together a buy much like NiP did in the previous. A hard point moving forward. Draken ready to peek out mid. Marley gonna come in towards connector. Just holding for anyone pushing close, being very cautious about that aggression off the handle playstyle from Hellraisers that we saw in map number 1. The Hellraisers playing very far back. Only close to pretty much A ramp. You have got 0 starting to play into the deep smoke towards B, so slowly but surely pushing up. But nothing really too crazy. Like they're starting to really want to push for A ramp now, though. Get Right is holding for it. Ileg might just be spotted by Issa if he backs off any further. Complex angle for him to fight. So hard because Get Right basically sees you first. But it's just a feat at the same time.
Meanwhile, in mid, we'll put some smokes down, try and get a little bit of control. Entry for this T side. Dead, Fox and 0, both holding from the apps position. Bomb going to get picked up. Control for NiP in the map right now is so far lenient, but 30 seconds to make a setup work. Look at Rez's position in the sniper nest. Bomb making its way in towards T-spawn. This will be a very, very quick hit. NiP can't afford to falter, and look at where Issa and Angel are holding from. Molotov down, Draken looking for the first, but Issa tries to take that first one, does get the trade right back as Angel takes Exist out of the action. Sprays coming on through, 2 versus 4, 2 versus 3, never mind, as Rez takes one back, but the AWP is in position. 10 seconds, Forest got to get this bomb down, and look where it is. It's all set and done. Hellraisers will make their way to map point, and Forest just left to try and stay alive, not die after time. 15-14, a crucial lockout, a crucial aggressive crossfire puts Hellraisers on map point.
This is hard for NiP. They've got all the tools, but they are struggling. Dropped off towards the end of the second half. Hellraisers found their one weakness. We have to really abuse it. It's surprising that Issa gets so many kills from just holding ramp like that. Exist even trades it, but then burns away the flames that are just ticking away right beneath them. Either way, a 30th round. Overtime or bust for NiP. Working up short. Molly in towards window. A flash play right now over bricks should be plentiful. A simple frag onto Dead Fox, all things considered. Draken waiting to see if Angel will face him. Problem for him will be Issa, who's so damn close again. The minute he hears an AWP shot, he could get aggressive. Down the ladder though. Removes that chance. Exist. Headshot on towards Dead Fox. Zero starting to work things back. Issa still waiting for that A play now. Can hear them stepping up in ramp. Can hear Draken getting ready to come through the round. Falls to Issa. The shot comes in with the AWP. They know he's there. They know what's going on. They're trying to bait him out from CT, but it doesn't happen. They bought time for no one. Draken, get right, all combining. Zero, last man standing. Ninjas in pajamas. They will force us to overtime. 15-15.
My God, that was close though. Hellraisers looking for a single round linchpin to take us to map 3, but NiP are nowhere near done with Mirage. MR3 10k as the rules dictate. NiP will start things off on T side, but all they really need to do is just find themselves a good half, and that will be the end of it. 3 rounds, well, sorry, 4 rounds I should say. I need to get my mathematics right. I did fail that when I was in school, but you know, hey ho. $10,000. And a quick pause to come through, Flakes. What's the context of this?
The context is Angel needs to go to the toilet.
Ah, see, I was building something up there. I was like, yeah, okay, this is.
Sorry, I just, you know, sometimes I can't resist it. You know, I just see that in chat, and I'm just like, you know what, Angel, if you need the toilet, buddy, it's all good. It's been a long game. You know, I needed to. I actually had a note. So that one period where I went silent for a little bit, I have my mic muted because I just have had a casual nosebleed just in the middle of a game, as you do.
Ouch.
So it's all been good fun, really. But anyway, yeah. So basically, you know, it's been a long game. People just got to take a minute just to sit back, get themselves prepared. What could be a long slog of OT. I mean, when you consider these two teams, it basically has been just a cycle of repetition. NiP will bring something new. Hellraisers will figure out some way to counter it, and then back and forth. It's the perfect cycle of Counter-Strike, really.
Indeed, the perfect formula. 19 is the magic number. Double AWP set up here for Hellraisers. I might suck at maths, but I can tell you 2 is better than 1. Draken, of course, with the AWP for NiP. Looking for entry as well, straight in towards the B apps, flashbanging his way on through. Might try and sell a quick hit and set up for NiP in this default. Dead Fox out, he's got a great lineup. Will take down Raze in towards mid. Peeking the stack, shut the first man down. Hellraisers with a quick man advantage, but the bomb is still not spotted. Haven't taken this round just yet. NiP still playing a default, looking for a trade or a 2-man.
The interesting thing is that NiP, a lot of their rounds they were getting on the T side were B splits. They were so lethal. The ace at hold from Hellraisers has been on point. This time, Get Right starts to make a change, but Issa again dominating ramp. Secures the trade frag. The molly following up in towards Palace as well. If anyone was there from NiP, they almost certainly force back. And you actually look towards that bomb is right now, and you get that point. They're going to try and force it, but it doesn't matter at this point because Angels in jungle will be just another problem, a wrench in the works for this T side.
Two on 3. Hellraisers the openers and all the trades to their favour. NiP just not catching a break. Draken here with an AWP. Issa in default. Only man holding the A site. Of course, quick rotation can come in from Angel, but once they open this frag up, NiP should have bomb control, site control. Issa's going to hear those footsteps though. Draken gets caught off guard. Never mind. Flick around for a single shot to shut down Issa. And CTs rotate the bomb to get planted. 18 seconds for it exists. Very risky plant. Draken's trying to block it off from the connected position, but Dead Fox is in jungle and he will shut down Draken for it. Angel also makes his move in from CT stairs to get the defuse, get the kill, and get the 16th for the Hellraisers.
The perfect start for them in OT as well. It's a shame they couldn't do that 1 round ago, but it is what it is. 16-15. NiP. I have to try and figure out a way to crack this CT side now. To be honest, I'd like to see them just go for 2 very quick B plays. I think they'd actually have a much better chance of making that work instead of doing stuff that's super thought out and banks on them getting these individual picks towards A. Because we are seeing every round Issa basically, getting a kill or 2. Seeing players get caught lurking. I mean, back to basics for NiP would actually be an interesting talking point in itself.
Razors double AWPing their way back into this next round. Same setup for both sides, but understandable considering that they are pretty standard setups for Mirage in particular. This default once again in from NiP, looking for the opener. Draken looking like he was going to find it from the player moving in towards connector, but it looks like Angel will decide to go into the sniper room instead. NiP still have a minute to go, still a minute to work with. Mid control has been gathered, and Angel is getting a mountain of information. He's hearing all these footsteps. Relaying it out towards the CT side, and with 50 seconds to go, it would be rather crucial. No counter boost to come through. Angel may have to challenge it into ladder room as the scaffolding does get popped. They're running out of time though. NiP, you need to make a move eventually. Get right, trying to peek in towards the A, so Issa could catch him off guard yet again. Close range, shutting down the first. 5-on-4, favour to Hellraisers. NiP setting up for A.
Angel trying to pin down jungle, but caught with a molly in hand. Forest there to take that chance and run with it. Rez on the site itself. Needs to do more though, peeks into CT, starts to throw a bit of a problem. Woxic gonna lose his life. Issa will able to find the trade. Issa, the second, takes down Draken. But Forest again, the headshot to turn the tables. Has to get aggressive though. 10 seconds to work with, sprinting to that A site, but he can't get that bomb. It is all over. Hellraisers 17 to 15. Forest falling to us. A triple kill. Make that a quad kill on that A site. The defense on that site is so unbreakable for NiP. Just go back to that B site. Your split was so strong.
So we hope. NiP. This is turning into a bit of a mess of a T side now. 2-0 up in overtime for Hellraisers. 1 away from a map point. 1 away from forcing map 3. Once again, NiP, they're going into this AD fob, but look at this, it's much, much quicker. Exist, leg to 1 point of health. Issa will be able to finish the job. Woxic does get a follow-up on Forest, spotting out another man in towards the stairs as Get Right lets Issa down, but Woxic is quick to trade. A 4 versus 2, Get Right and Draken both making their way into the A site, both caught off guard by CT sides, and Woxic will eventually fall, turning the AWP to dead for Hellraisers. Bomb on site, not quite getting planted. Molotov to try and push Zero away, try and force the issue to another peek from Hellraisers. A man 2 versus 2 for NiP. But so far, not to offer it to them. As Dead Fox holds down the AWP angle. Get Right will peek right into me, lift the shot, but doesn't take down Dead Fox. Angel still close range, flashbangs away, 19 HP. Will be able to get the head. It's all Draken. 1 versus 3, AWP in his hands, bomb on his back, but only a little bit of time to play with, making his way into the A site, and this is looking absolutely dire here. Does get the first flick onto Angel, trying to peek back in, trying to force the issue away from Zero or Dead Fox, but now they know where he is. Helps trading, trades, and a spray from Zero to bring a perfect half from Hellraisers, 18 to 15, map point.
You couldn't ask for anything better. Hellraisers need 1 round on their T side. 1 round. NiP. You've got some endurance. Stamina. Many different words that all describe the same thing. Determination. The idea that you never give up. But how we sugarcoat the situation. You've got so much to do. The CT side really has to make it absolutely flawlessly. 18-18. 1 mistake, and we go to that 3rd map. And Hellraisers get presented a very real chance to try and push it over the edge and get to the grand finals with FaZe.
Hellraiser staring down a 1-to-1. Right in the face, a single round from getting there. Going to map 3. And NiP will wait. Disciplined play. Just holding back, ensuring that they do not lose this round because they cannot afford to lose another. T's bomb is in Palace, does get picked up by Issa. 3 players here and 2 more in apps. They could try and sell a fake, which, if this push works out well, may be the linchpin for Hellraisers. Maybe the final shot, the final strat. Zero tosses off a Molotov, flashbanging their way on through as the push comes into both sides. They hold back passive, they wait. 20 seconds, Draken looking tempted to go peeking, but rotations are being called. There's 3 CTs here on B and 3 Ts ready to push in towards the A site. Zero gets the trade, but gets traded right back, and Draken rethinks his rotation strategy, taking Woxic out of the action, looking for the second on Angel, and it leaves it all up to one and Issa. NiP barely lock it out, but they lock it out nonetheless. 16-18, favour to Hellraisers.
2 more required. What a roller coaster of a game. Still the same setup. 2 AWPs actually coming through. Rez deciding last minute. Pull one out of the bag. Bedfox posting up on mid, holding for anyone that does decide to get aggressive on that CT side. Forest throwing the short smoke that allows him to push up if he needs. His team poking through connector. But a molly. That smoke is perfect. Extinguishes it right on contact. Bedfox and Woxic both trying to get themselves out. Angel down and underpass. Get right. Holding for him. Not much really being done in the round just yet. Time being spent. Hellraisers get themselves in position. Try and split down either towards A or B. Bear in mind, they've got players either side. Really is up to them. Angel, you can see him confident to try and work in towards Con. Sees exist, takes him down. Forest next in line. Get right, Elise trade. Get right a second as he transfers on towards Angel. Draken now trying to hold down A from CT. That AWP is do or die.
Get right traded, 2 players left. Draken and Rez. 2 AWPs, and Draken, the main man to defend A. Support can come in from connector. Has to perform in the exact same way that he did in that last round as the smokes ring on through. Rez does rotate, trying to get a good position. But from short is the best he can do at the moment. 20 seconds. And Draken looking for a gap. I think he has found one as the teams make their way through. Issa looking on through. The bomb does get planted. It will be retake for Draken and Rez. A round that they must win now. Draken peeks. Incendiary to firebox. M4 picked up by Rez, and Woxic is forced to do it, but Draken flips the first shot. Good flick. Can't quite land it onto Palace as Rez makes his way in there. Running out of time. NiP. Grenade, unable to do the damage, doesn't land anywhere near any of the T side. NiP really are on the last ropes. Woxic will take down Draken and will peek on towards Rez. We're going on map 2 as Hellraisers finally close out overtime. Bring the map scoreline, the series scoreline.